before we get to the show, I'm not going to bury the lead. Do you mind if I just start off
It's
with,
already been buried, but go ahead.
do you mind if I do one battle after another? I'll do a review of
Yeah,
one
yeah,
battle
let's go
after
for it.
another, spoiler free, Eric Holmes, so you and Bruce and our fellow cinematic listeners will not be spoiled regarding as far as plot points in this movie, because I think it's very important.
Spoil the hell out of it.
Spoil the
Just
heck out of it. So let me go with a plot
did
summary.
Leonardo DiCaprio die at the end?
Yes, and he sees ghosts, and it's not a man, it's a woman. It's who is, oh, no, no. Anyways, there's a lot
It
of,
turns out he was Iron Man the whole time.
I will say this about one battle for after another. If you can, everyone's gonna say see it in Vision or IMAX or all these things, and I'm yeah, do that. And if you see it on the best possible theater, if possible, if you have the money or if you have the great AMC plan or movie plan to go see it, I will do a couple of big warnings before we get into one battle after another. First big warning, the movie is 170 minutes. Okay. By the third act, I'm in better shape than I was maybe in March. So I was able to hold things in. And I'm not talking about my emotions. Okay. There are things you will need to hold in for 170 minutes. So if you're thinking of that big, extra large, big gulp or Coke or soda or water bottle and whatnot, hopefully it's water because it's healthier. Fruit
So,
punch, I don't know.
turtle heading a little bit. So we get
Yes, yeah, yeah. Or in my case,
touching cloth, as they say.
I mean, my case, mini turtling a bit. I don't know. I'm just hold on for dear. You might be holding on for dear life because it's a 170-minute movie. Okay, that's a big warning. Second warning is there are a couple of plot points, or yeah, let's just say there's a couple of plot points that if you read a ton of reviews or if you go on YouTube, listen to a bunch of reviews, there might be some people who might spill something, a plot point that I don't think is worth sharing at all for one battle after another. So my opinion is if you see it opening weekend or maybe the second opening, the second week, the sooner the better. Go see one battle after another in theaters. It's a five-star experience for me. I love this movie. It's I'm still debating whether it's my favorite PTA film or not. My favorite PTA film is Phantom Thread. Eric Holmes' favorite PTA film is what, Eric Holmes? What is your favorite PTA film?
Probably Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights. Okay,
I mean,
so
I got a bad tattoo of it right there.
wait, what is oh, okay, I didn't know that. Oh, okay.
It's Dirk Diggler.
Oh,
It's
very
my
good.
friend started doing
It's
tattoos. It was like one of
amazing.
his first ones, so
Wow,
it's
what
not good. But for a first time, yeah.
it's very good. All right. What year did you get that? Do you remember the year you got the Dirk Diggler tattoo
Do not.
on your
It,
bicep?
it,
Okay.
it would have been right
20 years
before I
ago?
moved out.
Oh, 15 years ago, maybe? 10
Getting
years?
close to 20 years ago. I don't think it was
That's
quite 20
amazing.
years ago, but
So I'm saying no matter how much you love one battle after another, Boogie Nights has to be your favorite PTA film because you have the tattoo emblazoned on your bicep. So
maybe I'll cover it up with one batter after another tattoo.
right. So there's a couple plot points that might be let go, you might stumble onto, and I hope you guys don't see it as soon as possible. Okay. So let's get to the review. Quote from Warner Brothers Pictures. This is the official synopsis. One battle after another. It's written and directed by PTA. Stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro, Regina Hall, Tiana Taylor, and newcomer Chase Infinity. Quote, washed up revolutionary Bob, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, he exists in a state of stoned paranoia, surviving off the grid with his spirited, self-reliant daughter, Willa, played by Chase Infinity. When his evil nemesis, played by Sean Penn, resurfaces after 16 years and his daughter goes missing, the former radical scrambles to find her, and the movie is a father and daughter tale about battling the consequences of Bob's past. Okay, PTA spent 20 plus years crafting one battle after another. It started off as he wanted to do a movie that centered around a car chase. So it took him 20 years to evolve that. And then Thomas Pynchon, who I believe is a just celebrated writer, okay, and who wrote Inherent Vice? Who's the author of Inherent Vice? That's not Thomas Pynchon, is it? I could be wrong
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
it's
Yeah.
same guy.
Yeah, so Thomas Pynchon, the author of Inherent Vice, and obviously that's the source material for PTA's movie Inherent Vice. PTA was inspired by another Thomas Pynchon novel called Vineland. And he actually said in press interviews that he stole parts of that book or was inspired by parts of that book and he mixed that violent inspiration with his inspiration for car chase to make a movie about car chases. And then what you have is one battle after another. So you have a couple of these really interesting influences combined to make this movie at 170 minutes. Biggest surprise of 170 minutes, Eric Holmes, can you think of a movie that's close to 3 hours that didn't feel like close to 3 hours to you? Can you?
Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street. Okay,
Yeah,
very good. Great
love that
answer,
movie.
Eric Holmes. Okay.
I guess I'm not supposed to love that movie, but I,
One battle after another. If you do decide to, if you can't hold it in, and maybe it's not healthy to hold things in, and you need to go to the nearest washroom in your local theater, you will be missing plot points because I mean you will be missing moments because not there is not a wasted minute in my opinion of one battle after another running at 170 minutes. Sean Penn, it says he's an evil nemesis. He is just this military authority figure who has this interesting lust for Bob's former soulmate, played by Tiana Taylor, and she's very good in this movie. And it's interesting because this movie feels it's an epic film, but it's a genre-fied experience because going back to the car chase element is there's a lot of car chases in this movie. This is like people are saying, this is PTA's grand scale action film. If you are looking for something like Phantom Thread, where you have people talking back and forth, trying to poison each other with a lot of exposition, or seeing ghosts, or I love that. That's my kind of film. Okay, you're not going to get that with one battle after another. One battle after another. It's the exact title. That means there is one action set piece after another for 170 minutes.
oh, so this is PTA's Kill Bill.
It's PTA's Kill Bill. Pretty much.
We were just talking about that earlier.
Exactly. It is. If you're wondering, Eric Holmes, how would PTA direct a straight up action film that has a lot of possible narrative depth to it? Yeah, I suppose so, because it's about revolutionaries. A lot of these revolutionaries are played by, again, Leonardo DiCaprio, Tiana Taylor, Regina Hall. They are among the revolutionaries. And of course, there's the star of Licorice Pizza, not Cooper, but the other actress who is one of the members of Haim, I believe. And she's also in this movie. She's one of the revolutionaries as well. But it's a very interesting movie because it has that revolutionary element. It has Sean Penn he's a military official who is trying to climb up the ladder, and you're wondering, is he racist? Is he evil? I'll let you guys decide when you explore the narrative.
Is there a difference?
Counter with that. No, I guess there is not a difference at all. Eric Holmes, yeah, thank you for the correction. I will say this for us, as far as Oscars go, we know that the Oscars love PTA. Hold on one second. But I will say this, Chase Infinity, if you remember in Phantom Thread, thanks to Phantom Thread, Vicky Krieps became a pretty huge star. And you can tell, I'm sure were you surprised at how big Vicky Krieps became? Or do you remember watching Phantom Thread and you say, I don't know who this person is. I think she will become a star or a working actress, right? You felt that way about Vicky Krieps?
It didn't really feel that way as I was watching Phantom Thread.
Fair.
But like when I saw her in other things, I'm like, oh, cool, she's in this.
Right. She's thanks to PTA, she's actually really, I mean, she had a career before PTA, unlike Chase Infinity. This is her feature debut, one battle after another for Chase Infinity. But Vicky Krieps became a star after Phantom Thread. And like Eric said, she's been working on a whole bunch of stuff since then. Chase Infinity, you've never seen her before. She is a star in the making. And because thanks to one battle after another, I wouldn't be surprised if you see Chase Infinity in a lot more movies. And she actually has the magnetism to not just be part of an ensemble, but to actually headline movies like the aforementioned Vicky Krieps does now. And I think it's a shoo-in that Chase Infinity gets an Oscar nomination, supporting actress nomination for One Battle After Another. Sean Penn, give me a couple of Sean Penn movies that you really love. The Falcon and the Snowman, Fast Times, right? I thought The Gunman was underrated. I like The Gunman.
Bad Boys was good. I love that. We just talked about it last week, and I keep forgetting the name of it.
Oh, which one?
The Bringing Up the Dead movie.
Oh, right. I forgot. I didn't see it. You and Bruce saw it. Yeah, there's a ambulance movie. Yeah. So with him and
I don't know. Oh, well,
Daddy-O. How's that?
Daddy-O. There you go.
Daddy-O. This is one
of Clark recommended it to us. That was a great one.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew Clark, that recommendation of Daddio. And also, Brian De Palma is my favorite director, so of course I'm going to mention Carlito's Way. Of course, Casual.
Oh, I forget. Dude,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, dude,
yeah, yes,
and you're gonna kick yourself. Casualties of War, Sean Penn and Casualties of War, possibly
yeah.
one of my all-time
No,
favorites.
I'm not kicking myself for Carlito's Way because like it's one of those things you bring up Sean Penn is like, who the hell is Sean Penn? Oh, wait, no, yep, that's
Yeah, and then I earlier mentioned the member of Haim and Alana Haim. She was played Alana in Licorice Pizza. She's also one of the revolutionaries in One Battle After Another. But going back to Sean Penn, probably one of my top three, if not my favorite Sean Penn character ever. It is a great knock it out of the park performance from Sean Penn. Wouldn't be so. He is definitely a shoe-in for a supporting actor nomination, and I wouldn't be. I don't know what else is coming. I know this is still September. There's a lot of movies to be released, but I would be surprised if Sean Penn doesn't get an Oscar for this. It's such a showy, amazing role, and Chase Infinity will at least get an Oscar nomination. And Leonardo DiCaprio, it's one of my
milk,
favorite. What?
milk.
Which? No.
I'm sorry, I'm just
Well,
the
look,
Sean Penn movies are just gonna start popping in my head now. But
and
milk,
you
that
mentioned,
was an obvious one.
yeah, you mentioned how much you love QT, Quentin Tarantino. So I'm sure, and you mentioned Wolf of Wall Street. So I'm sure those two movies are among your favorite Leonardo DiCaprio films. But we can just go on a laundry list of great DiCaprio performances.
When he's got a pretty solid filmography.
And this, I think, right, The Revenant, right?
Don't Look Up.
Okay, okay. I kept on telling Eric Holmes all these years how great that movie is, and he wouldn't listen to me on
Yeah, yeah. Me and Neil deGrasse Tyson both agree that you and Bruce are wrong about that.
Yes, me and Bruce Perky Pan Don't Look Up, and Eric Holmes was pretty much ganged up on that episode. I don't know if it was a cinematics or a Find Your Film episode, but Eric Holmes ended up being on the right side of right. Okay,
And
on
was nominated for an Oscar for Best Screenplay. Suck it, nerds.
very good, Eric Holmes. Yes, me and Bruce were wrong about Don't Look Up. But all that said, this is a great performance from Leonardo DiCaprio. One of I'm thinking Frank when he played Frank Abagnale in Catch Me If You Can. I think it's one of my more beloved DiCaprio performance since Frank Abagnale, and I think that's his character in Catch Me If You Can. But he is so great
I,
in One Battle After Another. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I concur. Do you concur?
Yeah, and I will say
I
this:
concur.
like, what? Why am I rating this 5 stars? It's just a top of the line action narrative. The way that action is integrated into the plot dynamics absolutely works. It reminds me of such classics as The Wages of Fear and the remake Sorcerer, where the action is not just predicated on or exists just to exist. It's the action moves the plot. Same thing as One Battle After Another. It feels very visceral and it feels plot driven, and the action serves as the exposition in One Battle After Another. And all that said, so there's some really good writing in this movie as well. And it's just a perfect movie. And out of all of I love PTA. Who doesn't love PTA? But out of all of his movies, I will say One Battle After Another is a movie I will keep on watching. It has, in my opinion, the highest rewatchability of any PTA film, short of possibly There Will Be Blood. I continue to watch those 10 minutes of There Will Be Blood ad nauseum. But yeah, I think as far as rewatchability factor, Eric Holmes can agree or disagree with me on this, but I'm thinking Boogie Nights, There Will Be Blood, One Battle After Another. But out of all of these, One Battle After Another is a movie that I will keep on returning to because you can actually plant yourself in a certain section in this 170-minute movie and just return to it and return to it. And it's just a great, varied narrative. Eric Holmes, and you have any questions about One Battle After Another? But I think that's my review. It's a brilliant
The only
film.
question I have is, does DiCaprio die at the end? And does he is he revealed to be a ghost in Iron Man and all that?
Right, yeah.
Well, we'll save that for the spoiler stuff.
We're
It's
gonna
fun.
save that for the spoilers, but yeah, very good stuff. And maybe who knows, maybe I'll do some spoilers next week for our Cinematics Patreon members and then release it a week later for our Cinematics YouTube channel. But my rating for One Battle After Another, it's going to be Oscars are going to love this. Most importantly, cinephiles, movie lovers will love One Battle After Another. I'm assuming Eric Holmes opening weekend will be watching One Battle After Another on either IMAX or VistaVision. It is a glorious, amazing movie that had a lot of hype behind it, and it's one of those rare films that, in my opinion, over exceeds the hype. 5 stars, I think. Yes,
From what you're saying, it sounds like just casual audiences will dig this one too.
you great point, Eric Holmes. You do not have to be a huge fan of PTA like Eric Holmes is to enjoy One Battle After Another. You can actually say be a pick and choose PTA fan, meaning you like certain parts of his movies, certain movies. You might hate most of his movies, but I think,
Or you have no idea who he is.
or you may not know who he is. This is a broad scale, amazing PTA experience, even if you don't know PTA. It's a great movie all across the board. So I think this might be his biggest. Does he have huge box office hits? But this will be it's broad entertainment, but that's also a great meal, great cinematic meal. This is as perfect a movie as possible. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. For more movie and television reviews and interviews, please subscribe to my Deepest Dream channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, thanks so much for your support. Take care.